Hola, Iglesia de Mariners Church, bienvenido a otro chequeo pastoral. So Mariners Church, last week in my check-in, I talked about the importance of just being authentic and honest and pretty much be raw with God in your prayer life. Let Him know what's happening. And I wanted to sort of continue that same feeling. And I was reading Matthew chapter 4. And in this chapter, we read about Jesus being baptized. It's his baptism. And then he heads to the desert where he's fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. And at that time, Satan comes and he tempts Jesus. Now, because he knew Jesus was hungry, he hadn't eaten, that's where he begins the first temptation. And he tells them to turn those stones into bread. Jesus replies with this, "It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." But as we keep reading this chapter, Mariners Church, and for those of you who listen to these check-ins, is that Satan begins to change those strategies. 3 times he tempts Jesus, and 3 times he changes these strategies. And this is where I want you guys to think. If he did it to Jesus, and he's trying to figure out these strategies, what does that mean for us? The devil's doing the same thing to all of us. He's continuously figuring out what strategies, where our weaknesses are to just come along and just make us trip. And remember, as you keep reading, and I want to encourage you guys to read this chapter, the devil also knew the word of the Lord. He knew his scripture. He knew it because he also uses scripture. So I want to invite all of you guys this week just to reflect on that the same schemes that the devil used for Jesus and tempting him is exactly what he does for us. And he's always changing those strategies because he knows us too, and he also knows the Bible. Anyway, Mariners Church, I want you guys to think of that. Los quiero mucho. Let's keep doing this un día a la vez, okay? Adios.